Unfortunately, there was an accident, okay, involving Mackenzie, Davion, and who we believe is Dominic, is the third person.
This is Christine Russo. A few moments ago, police officers arrived at her door with news that no parent is ever prepared to hear. Her 20-year-old son, Dominic Russo, has been killed in a car crash.
Suddenly shattered when a single screech of tires was followed by a thunderous boom.
What Christine does not know yet is that investigators are already questioning whether this was a crash at all. As they begin piecing together the final moments before impact, more and more evidence points in the same direction.
Hi, Mackenzie. Step out for me. I'm Detective Jesus. I'm the one who's been investigating the crash. You're under arrest for aggravated murder ×2.
And at the center of it all is the only person who survived. This is the story of Mackenzie Shirilla and the crash that left 2 young men dead. In the early morning hours of July 31st, 2022, 17-year-old Mackenzie Shirilla is driving through Strongsville, Ohio, with her 20-year-old boyfriend, Dominic Russo, and their 19-year-old friend, Davion Flanagan. The night is winding down. The roads are nearly empty, and everyone should be heading home. But at around 5:30 in the morning, Mackenzie turns onto a route that does not lead where her passengers are expecting to go. The change in direction lasts only a moment. Within the next minute, everything is about to change. The impact is catastrophic. When first responders eventually reach the scene, several officers immediately recognize that they are dealing with something far beyond an ordinary traffic collision. One veteran officer later describes it as the worst crash he had seen in his career. The wreck remains undiscovered for nearly 45 minutes before a passing motorcyclist spots it and calls 911. By the time help arrives, Dominic Russo and Davion Flanagan are beyond saving.
No one's breathing. Bust that window out.
All right.
Oh my God. Who can hear my voice? Who's in here? Drivers. Radio. Hey. This is bad, guys. She's alive. We got to get her out. Here, all right. Reach up and unlock this door.
Let me see your knife. Let's cut this thing out. I don't feel anything. I don't feel a pulse.
She's breathing. I saw her stomach's moving.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We got 2 that are gone.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Shirilla is the only survivor. She is airlifted to a nearby hospital, while investigators begin the difficult process of understanding what happened during the final moments of the drive. One detail draws attention almost immediately. Despite the severity of the crash, there is no evidence that the driver ever attempted to stop. At that stage, however, investigators are not treating the case as anything other than a tragic accident. They consider whether fatigue, impairment, or a medical emergency could explain what occurred. Even so, several officers leave the scene with unanswered questions.
It looks like they even went off the road up there.
They did.
But I mean, if you're hitting a building that hard, I just can't believe all the people that work up here, that are up here all night long, no one heard.
They're in factory type settings.
Yeah, well.
And it's dark over there.
That's insane though. Once they get her out, I'll go over to this building because I think there's a camera on the front of that building. I don't know if it's working, but I can always ask.
While investigators continue working through the evidence, other officers are assigned a different responsibility. 2 families are about to receive news that will alter the course of their lives.
Wait till you see this. There's progress in Alameda, car into a building. 2 are deceased in the vehicle. Daughter's driving. Who died? I don't know whether, but there's one that we don't know. His name's Jacob. Does anyone know a Jacob?
Dom? No, stop! Let him talk!
Guys, I know, we've been dealing with this Your daughter's okay. She's talking to us. I talked to her. Okay? Your daughter's alive. Okay? Your daughter's alive. She was driving the vehicle. Okay?
Mackenzie's parents arrive at the hospital believing their daughter has survived a serious accident. They quickly learn that the situation is far more complicated than they realized.
Full transparency here. There's drugs in the car. She had a bag of mushrooms on her and a scale. Full transparency, guys. I'm sorry, I'm ripping the Band-Aid off. Okay? Drugs in the car. It's a mess. Okay.
Elsewhere in the city, Dominic Russo's family is still completely unaware that anything has happened.
The other two passengers, like I said, was Davion and who we believe is Dominic, okay? From what Mackenzie told us. Okay. Both Davion and Dominic are deceased.
Oh, God!
Yeah.
Oh, God!
Christine.
Oh, God!
Just sit down.
Oh, God!
Just sit down.
Oh, my God!
Krista's gonna come outside.
That's okay.
Christine.
Yes, just take a deep breath. It's okay.
Oh, my God!
No.
Christine,
Just be
Christine.
best.
Please.
No, can't be. What did she do?
Christine.
What did she do?
It would be best.
Oh, my God! Oh, my God!
Is there somebody else we can call for you?
Oh, my God! Oh, my God!
Is there somebody we can call for you? Okay, wait. Okay.
No investigation, no arrest, and no courtroom outcome can ever lessen the weight of a moment like that. A short time later, Dominic's father receives the same devastating news.
This is a fucking nightmare. Hey, somebody called in at 6:30 in the morning?
Between 6:15 and
6:30, yeah.
Came upon it, passing it by.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is fucking horrible.
In the days that follow, the community mourns the loss of two young men whose lives ended without warning. Most people view the crash as a terrible accident, and many feel sympathy for the teenage girl who survived it. At that point, nobody yet knows that the questions raised at the crash scene are only the beginning. In the weeks following the crash, sympathy for Mackenzie Shirilla begins to erode. While Dominic Russo's and Davion Flanagan's families are grieving in private, Mackenzie documents her recovery across social media. She posts updates from the hospital, shares videos about surviving the crash, and gradually attracts a growing online audience. Many people find her behavior difficult to understand. That reaction only intensifies in the months that follow, particularly after photos emerge of her attending a Halloween party dressed as a corpse. For Davion's family, it is deeply upsetting. His sister eventually contacts the police. Public opinion is changing rapidly, but investigators still need evidence. Suspicion alone is not enough to build a case. That changes when Dominic's family turns over a video recovered from his phone. The recording was made just 10 days before the crash, and after reviewing it, detectives made a significant decision. The crash investigation is reopened as a homicide case.
What do you mean?
You know it. That's exactly what I mean. You don't know exactly what I mean. You're gonna come open this door right now, or there's gonna be a serious fucking problem.
I can't. No, like you can't keep that. You can't keep making all these threats. Like I can't open the door.
And you can't keep kicking me out of a place that you say is my home.
Kenzie, I didn't kick you out. You took all your shit and dipped. And said we were done.
I did not say we are done, Dom. Okay, ready? I'm gonna count to 10. The door's gonna open. Okay? You're gonna open the door and stop hiding behind the door like a little fucking bitch.
The video reinforces concerns that had already been raised by people closest to the couple. Friends and family describe a relationship that had become increasingly turbulent. According to multiple witnesses, Dominic had been unhappy for some time and was preparing to end the relationship. Detectives begin speaking with anyone who might help them understand what had been happening in the weeks before the crash. One of the first people interviewed is Mackenzie's former boyfriend.
I personally feel like she was trying to kill herself in that crash, and she failed on doing so.
Why did Dom put up with this? Do you know?
I've personally been told that she did voodoo on him. She has told people that she's put a spell on him so that he couldn't break up with her. That she had grabbed a piece of his hair, and that she had a doll in her room for Dom, and that she had literally put a spell on him, is what she would tell everyone. And, she truly believed in that kind of stuff.
His account is only one piece of a much larger picture, but it is far from the last troubling statement investigators will hear. As more witnesses come forward, detectives begin hearing similar concerns from different people who knew the couple well. Among them is Dominic's brother, who describes conversations he had with Dominic shortly before his death.
Like, there is times where she called Dom and said, if you break up with me, I'm going to word for word. There was an instance literally a couple days before the crash that she was hitting him on the highway while driving, and he had to pull his car over on the side of the highway, not in a very safe parking spot either, and have somebody else come pick them up and drive the car home because he was scared that she was going to make him crash. And that was just prior to the day before the actual crash.
By the fall of 2022, detectives will no longer rely solely on witness testimony. They now have data from the vehicle itself, surveillance footage from the morning of the crash, and phone records that allow them to reconstruct the events leading up to the collision. The vehicle's event data recorder shows that the accelerator remained fully depressed in the seconds before impact. Investigators also find no evidence that the brakes were ever applied. Surveillance footage reveals a vehicle that appears to be under control shortly before the collision, while phone records place Mackenzie near the crash location on multiple occasions before the incident occurred. Viewed separately, each detail raises questions. Taken together, investigators believe they point towards something much more deliberate. By early November, detectives believe they have enough evidence to act. On November 4th, 2022, they arrived at Mackenzie's home with an arrest warrant.
Where's she?
Right back there, pal.
Hi, Mackenzie. Step out for me. I'm Detective Jesus. I'm the one who's been investigating the crash. You're under arrest for aggravated murder ×2, okay? Nobody's gonna ask you any questions. Nobody's gonna bother you. Can I have your key, please?
Could you please be careful taking this one off so it doesn't break the bracelet, please?
You got it. You got it.
Just a few months earlier, she had been viewed as the sole survivor of a tragic accident. Now she is being charged with causing the deaths of Dominic Russo and Davion Flanagan. A short time later, her parents arrive at the police station determined to defend their daughter.
She is 18 years old and she could speak that.
Yeah, but she's a dumb 18-year-old that just turned 18.
Well,
and you guys are no.
Okay.
All the kids nowadays are dumb, and these guys are going to take advantage of it. She's not allowed to speak to you guys. I'm telling you that.
Her attorney can call us.
Don't ask her any questions. She's not allowed to speak to you.
Mackenzie's trial begins in the summer of 2023. Rather than place the decision in the hands of a jury, her defense chooses a bench trial, leaving her fate entirely with the judge. Prosecutors argue that the crash was intentional and point to the evidence gathered during the investigation, including witness testimony, surveillance footage, phone records, and data recovered from the vehicle. The defense maintains that a medical episode may have caused Mackenzie to lose control, although no medical evidence supports that theory. On August 14, 2023, the judge finds Mackenzie Shirilla guilty on all 12 counts, including 2 counts of aggravated murder.
Her actions were controlled, methodical, deliberate, intentional, and purposeful. This was not reckless driving. This was murder. Court renders the following verdicts. Count 1. The court, having had count 1 tried to pursuant to waiver, finds the defendant, Mackenzie Shirilla, guilty of murder, to wit, Dominic Russo.
In the eyes of the court, the crash that killed Dominic Russo and Davion Flanagan was not an accident.
Exhibit 802 crystallizes the deadly decision-making of the defendant. She morphs from a responsible driver to literal hell on wheels as she makes her way down the street.
Mackenzie is given an opportunity to address the court before the judge determines her punishment.
The families of Dom and Davion, I'm so deeply sorry. I hope one day you can see I would never let this happen or do it on purpose. I wish I could remember what happened. I'm just so sorry. I'm heartbroken. I love Dom and Davion. We were all friends and Dom was my soulmate. I wish I could take all your pain away, and I'm so sorry. And to my family, thank you for the support and all the love you guys give. Thank you for fighting with me. I love you all so much. I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you.
The judge ultimately sentences her to 2 concurrent life sentences with the possibility of parole after 15 years. Her driver's license is permanently revoked, and she is sent to the Ohio Reformatory for Women.
I wish I could take all your pain away, and I'm so sorry. And to my family, Thank you for the support and all the love you guys give. Thank you for fighting with me. I love you all so much. All right, I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mackenzie will first become eligible for parole in October of 2037. Her parents continue to maintain her innocence, but her appeals have been unsuccessful. Dominic Russo was 20 years old. Davion Flanagan was 19. Neither of them got the future they were working toward. Neither of them got to come home. The court reached its verdict and the appeals have been exhausted. But for the families left behind, the consequences of what happened on that summer morning will last far longer than any sentence ever could.